Hey guys, we got 14-3 here, and 14-3 is going to be making line plots. So we're going to go through the R page together. Following that, you guys will get a little chance to do this by yourselves. The first one says Joshua surveyed his classmates to collect data on their shoe size. He found the following information. We have a large grid with all that information. I didn't write it up there, but that's what we're looking at. We're going to use that information to kind of create a line plot. And it says when you want to organize the data in a line plot, first organize the data. List the shoe sizes from least to greatest, fill in the missing data below. So our smallest one is going to be 5.5. It goes all the way up to our biggest one, which we're going to put over here. So what we're looking at is we have 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, and then 8.5. And that organizes our data from smallest to biggest. Following that, we're going to go to the right, and we're going to make a table to show the frequency of values. And what this is this is going to be a little frequency chart. So we're going to put tallies, and then we're going to put a number over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from left to right and just kind of make a tally for each one of those little guys. So our first one is 7.5. Then we have 7. And you can feel free to cross it off. I'm not going to because this is somebody else's, but you can cross them off as you put it over there. 5.5. 6.5. Next row, 8.5. 6. 7.5. 5.5. 6. 7.5. 5.5. 6. 6.5. 6. 8. 6. 7.5, 7.5, 8, and 7.5. And you're going to notice this was a 4x5 grid, so we should have 20 different classmates. And each of these tallies represents a classmate. So 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. So we have all 20 kids accounted for. So this is just going to be the frequency. This is just going to be the number. So 3, 5, 2, 1, 6, 2, and 1. And that just gives us a nice visual look at what this data is. And from there, we're going to put the points on the line plot. Again, like we said, we're just going to make x's on each one. X's should be roughly the same size. So 5.5, we have 3. 1, 2, 3. 6, we have 4. 6, we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have 2, and then 1, and then we have 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, and because that's our biggest one, it should be the highest point. Then we have 2, and then 1. And you can see we have none that are going completely really small or really big. They're all kind of just in this little medium part of the graph. Cool. On the bottom says for questions 1 and 2, draw a line plot. So we're going to take those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 numbers, and we're going to make a line plot. So the first thing we want to do is we want to look for our smallest number. Our smallest number is going to be 13. And then we have 13.5. And we have 14. And then 14.5. We're going to do the same thing. So feel free to cross them off as you make them. So 13.5, 13. Oh, I missed one. We have 14.25. We have 14.25. And we have another 13.5, and we have 13. We have a 14.25 again, 14.5, 14.5, 13, and 14.5. You're going to notice that we have no 14s there. That's okay. We can just keep it as such, and that's how we make our line plots. Again, kind of has those X's representing each person that's within this data point. Maybe somebody. These people had 13 candy bars, while these people had 14.5 candy bars, whatever it might be. We're going to do the same thing for number 2. So we're going to look for our smallest point, and I think our smallest point is going to be 2.5, just eyeballing it. Actually, I think because this one looks a little bit more complex, I'm going to make a frequency chart with it. I'm going to have 2.5, and then 2 3/4. And what else do I have? I see 4 1/4, 4.5, and 5. I think this just seems easier because our data is kind of all over the place. 5, 2 3/4, 4 1/4, 5, 2 3/4, 4 1/2, 4 1/2, 5, 4 1/2, 4 1/4, 5, 5, 4 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 1/2, and 4 1/2. So we have hopefully we have 18 points, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. So from here we have 1, 2 1/2. We have 2, 2 3/4. Now we have 5, 4 1/4. And now we have 5, 4 1/2. And then we have 5 5s. So in this case, making this frequency chart before I make the line plot seemed like it saved me a little bit of time because I didn't have to go 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 3, 3 1/4, 3. So this kind of just tells me what are all my options, what were all of the numbers that kind of went with them, or the values that went with them, and then I was able to just kind of put in my line plots. So that's what we got going on today. You got a little some line plot questions on the next page. So I'm going to ask you to do. Again, you can check with those answers when you're done. See how it worked. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks.